I present to you His Excellency, the Governor of Virginia, the Honorable Bob McDonnell.
Well, good afternoon, friends of Robert Hurt. You got 49 hours left. Are you ready to win on Tuesday? Well, that's great, because if the Virginia Cavaliers can beat the Hurricanes on Saturday, the Virginia Patriots can beat the liberal Democrats on Tuesday. What a treat to be with all of you here from Nelson and Albemarle and Greene and Charlottesville and all over this region, coming here for one purpose: to put Robert Hurt in the United States Congress on Tuesday. Thank you for coming and everything you're doing. And you know what? I may be His Excellency on Sunday, but when I go home, I'm only the second most powerful person in the governor's mansion. And I'm delighted to be here with my wife of 34 years, your First Lady, Maureen McDonnell. And I know Robert and Eric and Bill and Ken all agree that we're incredibly blessed to be supported by spouses that believe deeply in this country and in this state, and have been incredible supports for us. So I want to thank Diana Cantor and Jean Ann Bowling, who's right over there, and Tara Cuccinelli and Kathy Hart and Maureen McDonnell for all of their help and support for all of us to get us where we are. And what great leadership you're getting here in this area from Rachel Schoenfeld. Thank you, Rachel, for your great work. And our great party leader, Pat Mullins, 18 months, done a marvelous job turning things around for our Republican Party here in Virginia. 49 hours till the polls close. We got some work to do still. And I know you're here to help rally the troops and a bit excited about the end, but I hope you're here because there are tremendous differences between Republicans and Democrats. We've got some challenges in this country: a debt that spiraled to $14 trillion, $45,000 for every American standing here in this parking lot, growing at over $1 trillion a year. It's an unsustainable and immoral level of spending that's got to be arrested so the greatest nation on earth doesn't turn into the greatest debtor nation on earth. We've got jobless rate at 10%. Millions of Americans without work, over nearly 300,000 here in Virginia alone. So we've got to make sure, as the president of FedEx said, we've got to keep the main thing, and that is to focus on jobs and spending and the economy and fixing the problems that we've got here in this country. Here's the difference in this race. Tom Perriello and the liberal Democrats believe that government's the answer to everything. They believe that more spending and more taxes and more regulation and more one-size-fits-all womb-to-tomb solutions from Washington, D.C., more taking over and micromanaging the free enterprise system from GM to the Student Loan Association industry to the coal industry is the right solutions for America. Robert Hurt said there's a very different way. Going back to those founding patriots 234 years ago that believed in limited government and lower taxes and entrepreneurship and free enterprise, which was the birthright and the charter of the Virginia Company, that is the secret to American success. We don't guarantee more entitlements and results. We guarantee opportunity. People living the American dream by using their God-given talents in the best way they can every day in this country. That's the difference between what Republicans and Democrats believe in. Robert Hurt understands that you don't fix America's economy by having the greatest mandate in the history of the federal government by making every American buy a product or insurance, what Ken Cuccinelli is fighting against in court. But you believe that individuals in a free enterprise system can make the best choices for themselves. Robert believes that the foremost opportunity that we have right now is to put people back to work, creating jobs and opportunity, not creating more government programs and bailouts and stimulus. We want people to have a paycheck, not a welfare check or a government check. That's our difference. We are down to the wire. You're the boots on the ground. I may be the boots on the truck, but you are the boots on the ground over these last 2 days to get the job done. We are all here from the government, and we're here to help get Robert Hurt elected. But you are the ones that are going to make a difference. Think what you can do in 49 hours. I tell you, sleep is vastly overrated. You can do that on Wednesday. But what you can do these last couple days to make Eric Cantor the next great majority leader of the United States Congress is to send him a new ally in Robert Hurt. This is what's at stake. You can't take anything for granted. You can't just assume that everybody's going to come out and make the right choice and elect Robert, and then our country's going to turn around. I know when I got elected Attorney General, my daughter's in Iraq. At that time, 70% of the people in Iraq came out because they loved to have that taste of freedom for the first time in their lives. That year, Bill and I only had 43% of the people that cared who was the governor, lieutenant governor, Attorney General of Virginia. That's embarrassing. You've got 49 hours to show people in the 5th District that you really care who's the next congressman, and that you're going to get every freedom-loving individual that understands the difference between what's being offered in Congress now and what Robert Hurt will bring with his leadership to come to the polls. You can email people and tell them who's the best for the job. You can make phone calls. And I know you've made thousands and thousands of phone calls these last couple days. It's so gratifying to see this enthusiasm alive and well here in Central Virginia. You can put up some last signs. You can talk to your folks at work tomorrow and tell them this difference, and tell them that this makes a huge impact on our nation if they'll come to the polls and vote for a limited government, pro-job, economic conservative that believes that we've got to cut spending in this country and in this district. You can make a difference these last couple days. You've got a great candidate. We've all worked with Robert. We know his heart. We know he's one of the most decent people in Virginia politics today. He loves his country. He loves his family. He's got 3 boys that he's raising here in this state. He's heavily invested in the future of our state and in our nation. He's been one of the best allies I've had over the last couple of years as Attorney General and Governor, whether it's been fighting against sexual predators, standing up for the rights of victims, putting new legislation in place to be able to create a better playing field for small business, keeping taxes and regulation low by standing against government excess. Robert has been there every step of the way as a leader. And that's what you want. You want somebody that's not going to just engage in rhetoric. You want somebody that's going to have real ideas and solutions for the future of this country. And I think that's what you get with Robert Hurt. So I am delighted to be here with this entire team to say Robert Hurt is the best guy to lead the 5th District. So please welcome your next Congressman, Robert Hurt.